Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Investing Uncomplicated for Everyday Investors, where we make your money in the market make sense. Look, guys, you all know that my goal is to give you a new episode every Thursday, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Life is really, really difficult right now. If you're not familiar with my story, my daughter has sickle cell disease, and we have been moving forward with a bone marrow transplant to cure her sickle cell disease. And it has been a process. We have been in the hospital now for a month and a half. We got to the hospital August 17th, and we are have been in the hospital since then. My daughter actually has gotten moved to the ICU. We have been in the ICU for a little over a week and a half. And I share that with you because we welcome your prayers and good energy as my daughter heals. But listen, y'all, getting these videos out on Thursdays has been a challenge, and I've been conflicted at times to making sure the quality is good and making sure everything is well planned out so I can give you the value that you all have been accustomed to receiving from me. But today has been tough. I'll be honest with you. I just got done teaching a class. We had not gotten to doing our episode that we wanted to do. And so here I am at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to give you your episode. But this one is shot on the cell phone. There are no mics. There's none of the fancy equipment that we normally use, but we're still going to give you the same value that you're used to receiving. I just appreciate you all's your patience, your thoughts, your prayers as my daughter recovers. We hope to be out of the ICU by the end of the week. We hope to be out of the hospital really, really soon. But I love what I do. I love teaching people about investing. I love helping people be able to pursue and experience a level of freedom with their money. And whereas some people may look at this as work, for me, I actually find teaching and researching the stock market, it really, really gives me peace, which is why we're doing this episode tonight. So look, I got a question last night during our community meetup. So my community, we meet every Wednesday for live Q&As at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I got a question last night that I have not received all year. And I don't think I got this question last year either. And my community received a really, really impassioned answer to this. And I was like, you know what? We need to talk about this on the show. The question that I got was, hey, what's more important, me saving for retirement or me contributing to my child's college education? And wow, I was like, that hit me deep. And I knew that this came from a place of love, and it came from a person who wanted to be able to do all of the right things. But listen, y'all, when it comes to saving for your retirement or contributing to your child's education, y'all know I'm normally the guy that talks about both of them. Like, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and when we have the choice between two things that we want, we say both of them, okay? It's BOFFUM. That's normally my answer. But this time, guys, that's not the answer. Your priority as a parent should be saving for retirement. Retirement is a priority over you saving for your kids' education. And I'm going to say something to y'all. Y'all may not be comfortable with this. This may not sit well with some people, especially people who really strive and go above and beyond to be a great parent. But I'm going to say it, and this is coming from a parent, okay? I have children, okay? Retirement is your responsibility. Your child's college education is their responsibility. Now, that's not to say that you don't ever help your kid pay for college. That's not to say that you become disinterested in how your child finances college. This is a conversation about priority. And if you're not on track to hit your freedom number, that's what I call the amount of money that you need in your portfolio to retire comfortably. If you're not on track to hit your freedom number, you have to be contributing to your retirement. All of the extra money that you have needs to be going to your retirement savings. Somebody said, well, what about if I take a percentage of that and then I contribute it to my child's college education? No, because let me tell you something. When it's time for your child to go to college, your child looks to you. Okay? Your child looks to you for financial support. They look to you to help them with their tuition. They need books, room and board, travel, designing the dorm room. They go to you for that. Okay? But when it's time for you to retire, who do you go to? You can't go to the kid because the kid will probably just now be in the working world themselves. They'll probably still be asking you for money. Who do you go to? There's nobody for you to go to if you've neglected yourself, if you've neglected your retirement savings by contributing to your child's college education. There's no help for you. So because there's nobody else that you can turn to, the government's not going to give you enough money to live. You probably not going to hit the lottery. Okay? You only have you to depend on. So you cannot negotiate contributing to your child's college education plan or your retirement. You have to be on track for you to retire. Whatever amount you need to contribute on a monthly basis to get to your freedom number, that's what you have to do. Now, if you're on track and if you have more money after you've made the contributions to your retirement, then you can help your child save for college. You can contribute to their 529 plan or whatever savings plan that you have for them. At that point, you can do that. But listen, contributing to your child's higher education costs, that's a luxury. The same way a Mercedes is a luxury. The same way a high-rise condo downtown with floor-to-ceiling windows is a luxury. The same way that a Chanel bag is a luxury. Contributing to your child's college education, it is a luxury. Even once your child goes to college, let's say they go to college and you're still not where you need to be in terms of retirement. You helping them is still a luxury. They will, have to, maybe do work study, apply for scholarships, apply for the necessary financial aid. That is their responsibility. That is their expense. You can help them with the expense. Maybe the only time that I would be okay with a parent co-signing on a loan for their child may be for college. Maybe, but I tell you, who knows what our kids are going to do? Okay. So even that can be a risky proposition. So make retirement a priority for you. And when you get in a financial position, you can help them save for college. Now, I'm not the type to just leave y'all on the hook. I'm not the type to give you half of an answer because I know the question still exists. Well, I don't want my kid to be burdened with a bunch of debt from higher education. So how do I help them? Let me tell you how you help them. You have to change the way you've always done something. Okay. There's something that we do and we've always done one way, and we need to be a little bit more sophisticated and strategic in the approach. We often think about helping our kids finance college as being a solo mission between the parents. It's a solo mission. The parents out here trying to fund school for the kids. It can no longer be a solo mission. You have to tap into your village, into your community. And let me tell you who your community is. Everybody that you would invite to your child's birthday party. Everybody who is at the table for a holiday dinner. Everybody that is around for a celebration. That's your village. Whenever your village has historically bought gifts for your child, it's time for you to change the way that they love and gift your child. And so this is what I recommend. And I've done this myself, okay? When it's birthday, when you send out those invitations to that pizza party, that skate party, that trampoline party, whatever it is, include a message on there that says, instead of gifts, instead of gift cards and cash, we are asking that everybody contribute an amount that's comfortable for them to your little person's college education plan. That's what you do. No more dolls that are going to end up in the trash. No more trucks that are going to end up broken and lost. No more sneakers that are going to be too small in 6 months. No more gift cards that you're going to lose moving the gifts from the party to home and you can't never find them anymore. You ask everybody to contribute to your kid's college education plan. For every birthday, every holiday, every special occasion, the kid gets all A's. Don't just send them $50. Put the $50 in their 529 plan. If he scores 2 touchdowns, don't give him $20 per touchdown. Give him $40 for his college education plan. And a 529 plan, they actually make this easy. So a 529 plan is a type of investment account that has some tax advantages if the funds are used for higher education. So think about it like a retirement plan, but for college for your kids, okay? So wherever you open the 529 plan, every state has a state designated 529 plan, or you may have one through your broker. You can open one through, like a Fidelity or Vanguard, open a 529 plan. They oftentimes have a gift link where you can send that gift link to anybody and anybody can contribute through that link. So you would take that link, you would put it in your invitation for the birthday party, or put it in the text message when you're inviting people over for the holidays, okay? When you get to December, you have multiple opportunities to get people to support you, okay? Depending on what you believe and what you celebrate, but you may have Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. You got maybe 3 or 4 times in December to get your village to contribute to your kids' college education plan. If you do that every year till your child is ready to go to college, they'll have funds that they can use for college education. Maybe even by the time they're ready to go to college, your income has increased. You've gotten on track with your retirement and your freedom number. So then you can help them as well. But we have to change the way that we gift for our kids, and we have to change the way that we give to our kids, because too often we're giving to our kids at the personal sacrifice. And when we make those personal sacrifices, when we get to a place to where we need to be able to stand up for ourselves, there's nobody there to stand up for us. And so what happens? Well, what happens is you get to a place to where you get into retirement, and now your kid is in the workforce and they're educated and they have a degree and they're working in a good job. And maybe they're making really, really good money. But see, you neglected yourself for those 18 years that they were preparing for college. And so you don't have anything when you retire. So guess what you have to do? Now you have to go move in with your kid. Now you have to rely on your kid to help you make a living. Now you have to ask your kid for money to help you make ends meet. And guess what happens? The same financial position that we were in during our working years, we've now put our kid in. And the idea, the goal was to invest in our kids so they can make more money than we ever have. Our goal was to invest in our kids so they would be in a better economic position than we were. And what ends up happening when you fast forward down the line 20 years, that investment doesn't have a return. And that investment doesn't have a return because now we have to pull from it. So instead of having this huge delayed circle of negative wealth, because that's what ends up happening, negative wealth and resentment, because I'm gonna tell you, the kid's not gonna sit back and be like, well, mom and dad sacrificed for retirement so I could go to college, so I can get an education and get a better job. You know what I'm gonna tell you what the kid's gonna say? You want me to tell you what the kid is gonna be thinking? Why didn't my parents do what they needed to do to be able to take care of themselves when they retire? Why are they dependent on me? They're the parent. They should be taking care of me. I shouldn't be taking care of them. They're not going to get it. They're not going to understand. And that's not the reason why we don't want to do it. We don't want to save for their college over our retirement because it doesn't make financial sense. So understand your retirement is the priority, not your kids' college education. Your kids' college education is their priority. It's their responsibility. And for the parent, it's a luxury to be able to contribute to their college education. So we want to lean on our village. We want to create opportunities where those closest to us, we can collectively contribute to our kids' education. So we don't have to carry that burden on our own. And so that as a parent, you don't have to be a burden to your kid at some point in the future because the kid's not going to understand. They're going to ask, why didn't my parents do what they needed to do to ensure that they could take care of themselves and allow me as the kid to live the life that I wanted to live? You're impacting the investment in your child if you're setting yourself up to struggle financially when they're going to be in their working years. You're doing your kid a disservice. So if you think you're doing your kid a disservice by not saving for their college education when they're a kid, you're really just delaying the disservice till they become an adult. And I'm going to tell you, it's worse. The disservice is worse when they become an adult and you can't take care of yourself. So make your retirement the priority. Now, let me share one thing with you. When you start creating these invitations and you have a link and you're going to be asking people in your family and your friend to contribute to your kids' higher education, there are going to be some people that are going to love the idea. They're going, oh, I think that this is great. We all need to be investing in their education. There are going to be some people that stuck in their ways and they're not going to get it. I had it happen personally. I had to have multiple conversations with people in my family early on about why asking our village to contribute to my daughter's college education. I had to have conversations about why this was a good thing. And what's so crazy about it is some of the people that I was talking to, they didn't have a pot to piss in, y'all. They didn't have two nickels to rub together, but they wanted to give me feedback on the strategy that I was using. To them was embarrassing. Well, what should have been embarrassing is that they didn't have two nickels to rub together. What should have been embarrassing is that they themselves were leaning on their kids to take care of them. So you're going to deal with some of this. And you don't want to fight. You don't want to argue. The goal is to educate. Teach them why collective economics is valuable. Teach them why a village is stronger than an individual. Teach them that there's no shame in people showing their love by investing in our children. Also help them understand, look, them toys that they keep buying, we just throwing them away. These shoes, they gonna grow out of them. So would you rather somebody use their money on something that's gonna go in the trash or be given away? Or would you rather them use their money as an investment that's gonna grow, that's gonna help build our child? And when you ask questions that way, people start to think differently. And they're gonna throw some tricky stuff at you too. They're gonna say, well, that's not gonna make your kid happy. Well, my kid's 5, and my kid is happy to be able to have ice cream and cake. They're not thinking about your gift. My kid is 7. They just want to jump at the trampoline park. They don't really care about this Tonka truck that you just bought. People start projecting their fears and their ideas onto you. Don't let them do that. It's not going to be easy for some people. But what I can tell you, the majority of people will appreciate it. You may have some people to rebel, y'all. I had people to rebel and they went out and they bought toys anyway. But I'm a different type of dude, all right? I just threw them toys in the trash. Like, I gave y'all the chance to use y'all money in a good way. Okay? People want to do things other than what I say, then, they got to suffer the consequences. So everybody don't, you don't necessarily have to be like me. I can be a little bit abrasive, but, this is a serious thing. And we want to make sure our children have everything that they need so they can live the best life for themselves. We don't need our children to live a great life to take care of us. This is a major issue that we have in the Black community, okay? One of the reasons why we've struggled in the Black community to build wealth is because the high income earners tend to find themselves in a position where they have to help out their family members who don't make as much money, who didn't get a good job, who didn't go to college, who aren't able to take care of themselves. They call it a Black tax. There are multiple parts of a Black tax, but one part of the Black tax is that when you become a high income earner, you then have to help your family. That help to your family is a tax. So the money that you make, it goes to them. Let's get rid of the Black tax. Let's be more strategic in how we prepare our children for the future. So when it comes down to it, what's the priority? Saving for retirement or saving for our kids' education? Your retirement is more important. Helping your kid go to college is a luxury. It's a luxury, guys. So lean on your village. Save for college collectively. Don't be a liability to your child once they become a high income earner. It just perpetuates the cycle. Okay, it perpetuates the cycle. So I had that on my heart. We may have another conversation about this. So y'all be on the lookout for it. If you have questions about this episode, Send me your questions. Drop your questions in the comments. Share this with a friend or a family member. Share it with somebody that you love who's been struggling with the priority of taking care of themselves or taking care of their children. We need to have this conversation. You are not showing your kid love by sacrificing yourself only to have to depend on that kid at some point in the future. That's not love. It's delayed trauma. Okay? So, that's it, guys. Again, share this with somebody. Make sure you subscribe, like, share this with somebody that you love. I'll see y'all next week. Look, now I'm trying to figure out how to end it, y'all. I was all done.